Okay, so we're going to look at this question where we've got a trapezium where the height is 2x and the two parallel sides are x minus 4 and x plus 5. We're told the area is 351 centimeters squared, and we're asked to show that 2x squared plus x minus 351 is 0. So we need to somehow use the information we've been given, that is the area and the three side lengths, to show that this equation holds. This is not asking you to solve the equation. So what's the area of a trapezium? Well, it's a half times the sum of the two parallel sides times the height. So we've got the height is 2x, and then the two parallel sides are x minus 4 and x plus 5. So let's put all of this information into this formula for the area. So the area is a half times a plus b, which is x minus 4 plus x plus 5, times the height, which is 2x. And we know this area is equal to 351. So we have 351 equals, well, notice a half times 2x is just x. So the half here and the 2x, if we multiply those together, we just get the 1x. And then in this bracket, we have 2x, and then minus 4 add 5 is plus 1. And we're nearly there. Now if we multiply out the brackets, we've got 351 equals x times 2x is 2x squared, and then x times 1 is just x. And lastly, if we rearrange, if we move the 351 to the other side, if we take away 351, we get this, which is the equation we were asked to show. So we're done. So you have to be careful. If you get a show that question, it's not asking you here to solve the equation. If you solve the equation in part A, you'll get 0 marks. It's not until we get to part B, where it asks us to work out the value of x, that we need to solve the equation. So now let's move on to part B. So we need to solve this equation. So there are a number of ways we could do this. This is actually from a calculator paper. So we can just apply the quadratic formula. A is 2. A now being the x squared coefficient, not the same A and B anymore. A, B, C in the formula is what we're doing now. B is the coefficient of x, which is 1, and C is minus 351. So therefore, by the formula, x is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. And now we can use our calculator to find the two possible values that the formula gives us. So we should get, if we use a plus, we'll get 13. And if we use a minus, then we can see we're going to get a negative answer. Turns out we get minus 13.5. But x is a length. X minus 4 and x plus 5 and 2x are all lengths. So we couldn't have x as a negative number. So the only solution is 13. And this is because x is a positive number. And we're done. So it's important to notice the distinction between a question that asks you to show something and a question that asks you to solve an equation.